You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Garage Fam, week 17 is officially over. Shenanigans week. We're back. You're listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast. You're watching it, and I'm joined with guest host, the co-host of the Section 65 podcast, and recently declared Lord. So it's Garage Lord Tanner Colson
of England,
Esquire. Don't forget Esquire. You have to add that now.
Yeah, Esquire. Exactly. I appreciate the Lord's welcome.
Yes, it is Sunday. It is the Lord's Day for some religions. So shout out to that. So you have that. You know, maybe we should change your Bills thing to a Saints thing now, because Saints are lords.
I might have to look into whatever family I'm a lord of, and I might maybe get my seal. I'm sure there's some sort of a seal or something I could probably get a hold of.
I think there's like a clause somewhere in like the Lord's handbook where you have to get it tattooed on like your left ass cheek. So just check into that.
No, I bet it's probably like a shield and maybe some snakes or something dope. Maybe a lion's in there somewhere. I don't know, but it's got to be something cool. I'd probably be down to get it. I mean, I'm a lord forever. I might as well get something forever to represent it.
If lords watch Harry Potter, you wouldn't be like a Slytherin lord if it's snakes, would you?
Listen, if I've always seen myself as kind of a Ravenclaw. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I am. I hate the Baltimore Ravens. So it doesn't really work out much. But
I just know that I feel like the Gryffindor Slytherin thing is a little played out. I want to be one of the other two, but I can't be a Hufflepuff. It's just kind of candy ass, you know?
No, very candy ass. I think Ravenclaw is cool. It's like, I mean, you kind of got like an Edgar Allan Poe thing going on, you know? So, I mean, you could go with that. You're like a lord now. He talked in a British accent.
Lord. It's kind of, Ravenclaw is kind of mysterious. It's kind of, I don't know. I think Ravenclaw just got that nice balance of everything for me. It's kind of like, yeah, who am I? You know, I'm a Ravenclaw, you know, if you couldn't tell.
That's cool. Shout out to Harry Potter. I watched them all and I didn't like them. So this show is brought to you by Drip Drop. Get over to drinkdripdrop.com, dripdrop.com, drink Drip Drop, but get to dripdrop.com, use promo code GarageGuys20. Literally, it is the only hydration that we use. It's now, can we say it's a Lord certified hydration now?
I'm willing to use my lordship. I'll certify that. Yeah, that can go through.
Garage Lord Tanner Colson certified Drip Drop is, so Drip Drop's gonna be really excited to hear that, Tanner.
I think it's my first royal decree. I think that's my first decree. I think that's what you call it.
That's it. Drip Drop Esquire is what it's called now. Anything. So a lot of Esquires are coming tonight, guys. A lot of shenanigans and shenanigans week. I told you on Twitter, but you made a Drip Drop 3 times the electrolytes of all other sports drinks, way less sugar, and it's used by athletes, firefighters, military members, the Garage Guys, lords. It's used by athletes across the land that are in the NFL, NASCAR drivers. Like literally, you know, if you've been with us for long enough now, you've either bought Drip Drop, or you've thought about buying Drip Drop, or I've sent you Drip Drop. So if you haven't tried it yet, do it. Promo code GarageGuys20, dripdrop.com. Because when I drip, you drip, we drip. Great song from the 90s that I changed around to make a Drip Drop ad for. All right, so we're done with the ads now. So let's get back into this before we get into these games. Obviously, we have a lot to unwrap. Chef Boy is not feeling well, guys. He's got the rawness. Everyone knows this by now. It's but you know what? He's a man. He's a man because he got up this morning. He did chef bets. He did DFS rankings. He did the DFS preview show with me earlier this week. So, you know, I was like, if there was going to be somebody I was going to have take his place, it was going to have to be a Lord Esquire. And that's why Tanner's here, because a lot to dub this week. How did you get the Lord name? How did this happen?
So it's been a crazy week. I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of a crazy week. You know, obviously the chef, he's on the mend. He's on the COVID reserve list. Prayers up to Chef. But going into Christmas time, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't ask for anything from my family. I was just kind of going into it. And people don't know this about me. I come from a humble British immigrant. My mother, she was born on the little island. And
What
so
part?
my brother this year went out of way. She's from around Oxford area. That's where that's where my granddad lives now. I don't know exactly, but she's from around Oxford.
Great shirts. Great shirts.
College. Yeah, exactly. But so she's from England. And so my brother this year, I guess for Christmas, he bought me a little piece of real estate on a British castle. So now, because I own some of this British castle, I am legally a lord of the land of England. I'm an English title holder. So
that's incredible.
I can. So, yeah, it's probably my favorite gift I got all year. My friends and family are not going to hear the end of it, hopefully forever if I remember. But so I'm officially, I own English title rights of the house of Pierpont Archer. I own some real estate on their castle. So
what a name,
Lord. Yeah, Pierpont Archer. That's me.
I would want him. I would want him to be like a defensive player if he played football, because like I love the wild names that we get in the NFL. So I'm a big fan of wild names. We got some that we're going to talk about on this episode as well after we recap some of these games, talk about the playoff picture now that it's set. But before we do that, so I got to thinking earlier, Tanner, and I was like, you know what, Tanner's a lord now, and I can say things all day long. A lot of people know that like I hype up Garage Guys, because it's the love of my life almost. I'm married to this, and you guys are too in a way now with the Section 65. So it's like I love this. And there's so many things I love. There's so many things I say, and a lot of people have a hard time probably determining what is real and what is bullshit. So I figured that the best way that I could like get my point across now is by just telling you a couple things that I want to say, but have you say them so that it's Lord certified. Because anything a Lord says, I feel like at least people in England have to like make law. I don't know if that's true, but we're going to pretend it is true. And so everyone watching this and listening to this now has to go by this before we get to the game. So you're stuck here. You could fast forward. It's your choice, but don't do it. So
listen, I can't verify whether or not this is going to apply everywhere, but I know for a fact that on my one part of this kingdom, this is law. I mean, I'm putting my stamp, all of my.
No, I need you to be more cockier than that. You gotta be. I need you to be very. Yeah, you gotta. Dude, you. This is law now. Like the queen is going to be like. The queen's going to be like, oh shit, like.
Well, okay. If she wants to come onto my land in England, I'll give her some issues. Don't worry about that. Trust me. All my rules are my rules, and they go as far as the eye can see. I know that
muskets out on them.
Yeah, we'll go full red coat. I'm not worried about that for you, man. Trust me. I carry some weight at the Queen's Round Table. Let's just say that these days.
Would you call are you more of a Merlin or a King Arthur?
I feel like I'm a little more on the Merlin vibes.
Yeah, I dig that too. My wife does spells, so like I'm accustomed to magic. So we do a lot of sports magic in this household. So good stuff there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and
I'll take care of it. If the queen has anything to say, I'll deal with her personally.
Yeah, just put her in check, bro. This is America, and you're a lord in America now. So you may own land over there, but you're a lord in America. Don't forget it. Look, Scott Disick says a lot of shit, man, and people listen.
My reign goes as far as the eye can see. So wherever I'm at, that's where it is.
Will you tell Elton John these things too? Because he's a lord.
Are you sure he's a lord? He might be a knight.
I thought you had to be like a lord before you could be a knight. Like that's your next step.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope to get a seat. That's all I'm aiming for.
You're gonna be a knight one day. All right, so this is law now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send you. So the first thing I'm gonna send you, I'm sending it to you now. Here it is.
All right. Let's see what you got. So it's my first royal decrees as a lord of England. The Lord, Tanner Colson of House Pierpont Archer, I decree Garage Guy Chase is the top guy in the world. Not person, just guy. These are from Garage Guy Chase himself. But I'm on board. I'm with him.
I'm excited. That's law now.
I decree that Chef Betts are now the official bets of all lords, no exceptions. All the lords in the land, as far as the eye can see, that's my land. They're on the chef bets. I'm willing to also extend an olive branch and say that Carson Wentz is officially a backup QB for all time. I decree that, so it shall be. Adam Gase is allowed to hit smelling salts or do cocaine at any time during the day around lords to increase entertainment levels. He is an honorary jester of the lordship.
That's a big one right there. That's a big one.
So Adam Gase at Lord opportunities, which knowing Adam Gase, he will find his way to a lordship soon enough if he hasn't already.
He doesn't have to hide in the bathroom. You don't have to hide in the bathroom anymore, Adam.
Adam Gase is welcome to do whatever he wants as long as we understand why his eyes are buggy like that. And I'm also willing to decree for my guy Chase that Garage Guy Fantasy Sports is Lord certified. Stamp that into the books.
And that's the big one. And that's the big one. We are an official Lord podcast. Garage Lord Tanner has dubbed thee. All right. Now that that's out the way, it's just great. Just excellent. I can't think of anything else that was better. That just made my week 17.
You can call me your excellence for the rest of the pod.
Okay. I'm just going to call you Garage Lord. All right.
That was so.
Garage Lord Tanner is here now because I'm Garage Guy Chase. You can be Garage Lord Tanner because you're a Lord. You would have just been Tanner, but now you're a Lord. So
if I want to change it, I'll just take it from you.
Okay, that works, I guess.
That's what lords do. We take. We don't ask.
We just take and we drink out of Yeti tumblers. I love it. I'm here for it. Does it say Lord? Dude, please, God, Tanner, you have to go.
LP, Lord of Pierpont Archer, bro.
Dude, incredible. It's certified. It's certified. Everything that was just said is done. Okay. All right. Anybody that's angry in the comments, fuck off and leave. All right, so let's start this off. We just got done with the Washington football team versus Philadelphia. I didn't watch most of this game. You did. You had some action on this game.
Yeah. The action didn't really work out. It wasn't really my night for action. I was an unfortunate overbetter in this one, but it's all right. I mean, it was kind of a rock fight. It wasn't nothing really too good happened. Football team pulled it out 20-14. I'm sorry to all the 6.5 point bettors. Probably should have teased it a little bit, but not really too much going on. Football team snapped their ticket to the playoffs. Good for them.
Super excited about this too, by the way, because I'm, everyone that listens here, anybody that is a Washington football team fan, I know there's a lot of people that are in the NASCAR world. A lot of those guys are actually, if they're not fans of the Carolina Panthers, they're fans of the football team. So like Dale Earnhardt Jr., shout out to you, guy. Like, your team made it, like my boy Jeffrey Earnhardt. You made it. This is a big day for you guys. So exciting stuff there. I'm just, little clap, little Lord clap. I feel like I have to. Yeah. Do we go pinkies up?
I think. What are they? Are they 7-9? Is that what they ended up at?
I stopped counting after Dak got hurt because I didn't care about the NFC East because they just saw, they're just like stray dogs, man. You never know like what's gonna happen, like when they're gonna come in, like today, like dude, the Cowboys Giants game, we'll get to it. I'm just pumped for this team because of the fact of how much we love Blackjack Del Rio and how much we love our guy Riverboat Ron. It's a casino, dude. Okay, and money never sleeps. We know this. Okay, all right. So you got to keep it churning. They found a way to do this. Plus Chase Young. Dude, that guy right there is like the future. Like I can remember when like Josh Norman was on this defense and like how they thought that things change. And now you guys got Josh Norman and he's nowhere in the media, which is hilarious to me that he just kind of disappeared. But Chase Young, dude, is such like a face for this team because like I don't think that Alex Smith is going to stick around that much. So it's just good to see them get this confidence boost. It's good to see somebody else other than a team owned by a guy named Jerry do something great in the East. So I am pumped for them. Plus, dude, the future's wide open. You don't even know what they're going to be called next year. Do they stay as the football team? Do they go Red Wolves? I personally like Red Wolves.
Well, so I kind of like some of the names, but have you heard that there's actually some like lawyer or something holding all the names hostage? Have you heard these rumors?
No, tell me about it. Is this like Lord Intel?
No. Yeah, this is top shelf stuff. But basically, there's some guy who like is like a patent vulture who patented the names or like all of the good names essentially for the Washington football team. So the reason that they haven't come up with one is because he owns the rights to all the names. So he has like Red Wolves. He's got what's the other red one? But like he patented all the names
Red
for all the
Wings?
teams. Red Wings. Yeah, he got the Red Wings. Like, but that's what I mean. He bought all the trademarks for everything. So they can't own or like, so they can't change their name to a bunch of the best name options for them because this guy already owns them.
I bet it's fucking Jerry Jones Pilates instructor. Like, I guarantee it, okay? Because that'd be like the last person anybody would think of. You know, like they have like 8 levels of LLCs to go through before you find the root cause. You know,
Yeah,
like just
I
stacking
totally
it up.
agree. Yeah, it's all I know is I just think it's hilarious because I have a feeling that it's going to lead to the Washington football team being the Washington football team moving forward.
I don't understand why they can't just go with like something of like government or like old America. Like, I think that they would be tight. Like, just leave red behind. Dude, just change the colors, man. Just change it all, dude. Like, just,
Start
I know you got the
be the
Washington
president.
Nationals, the presidents.
Yeah, just be the president.
You can't do that, though, because, like, if they really suck one year, it's like, wow, presidents suck. And it's just like, that's probably illegal in the future. So,
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually say that out loud. That might be like a federal offense of some sort.
do you know, like right now, like the feds are listening to us now because we've spoke those words. Like, can you imagine like all the football fans without privacy if that happened? Probably not
Yeah,
the
if they're
best
like,
idea.
"Damn, I want to kill the presidents. The presidents suck." Something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the FBI agent listening.
yeah.
I don't mean that. I'm not going to kill any presidents.
This is what
But
Edward Snowden was talking about. That's what they should
you're
be.
right. You're
Washington
right
Snowden's the real
because
American
it's like
hero.
there's really nothing you can do about it. Like it's kind of like, yeah, the presidents, it's just a whole can of worms we don't need to open up.
I really just want them to go very abstract. I would love the Washington Georges or the cherry trees. That
Well,
would
check this
be,
out. The Washington Reagans.
the Reagans. Okay. And
The
then like
Reagan.
just nothing but like really big logos and like 80s gaunt. Like I'm down for
Yeah,
that.
the face is like or like the logo could just be Ronald Reagan, the guy.
And like every time before they run out of like the tunnel, they can be like, tear down this wall. And they just
Yes,
like
exactly.
blast through
So
it.
that could be their
Yeah.
thing. It could be the speech with Gorbachev. Yeah.
They throw fireworks to like communist like mascots. That'd be cool.
Yeah, just find whatever president is uncancelable and just do that president.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. We could stay on this forever. Great job to the football team. We'll just fair.
Right. It's a
We
long
end it
time
there.
coming.
Yeah. As far as the Eagles, you've already decreed that Carson Wentz is a backup quarterback. So now that that's law in life, that's great news. The Eagles, I think Doug Peterson is coming back, but it's the NFC East. You know, it's stray dogs still, so we don't really know what to expect. They're flying dogs.
Yeah, same deal
Birds.
next year. No one even knows who their quarterbacks are.
It was kind of a rough day for birds, except for birds that live by the sea. I will say that. Very rough day for birds in football. Let's move away from Sunday night though. Let's get more into these early games.
Speaking of birds, Falcons?
Yeah, Falcons. So
That's
I
a bird.
see, dude. I watch Red Zone all day, and like I saw bits and pieces of this. Prayers up for Mike Evans. Good energy, good vibes towards him. We want him to see him get better because I know that a lot of people had the Tom Brady, Mike Evans stack in DFS, but this really just opened a huge door, which allowed Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown to have a resurgence with Thomas Brady today. So that was cool. But yeah, anytime the Falcons lose, I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, I mean that receiver death really showed up. I mean, it was kind of who goes where, but without Mike Evans, they looked like they, kind of narrowed it down a little bit for Brady.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be such an issue to going in because, like, I know next week they're going to be facing the football team that we just talked about. So, the defense is going to be tough. I really feel like that Chase Young is going to give old man Brady a hard time.
Yeah, I just don't understand I don't know if I see Alex Smith, who, by the way, comeback player of the year, but what's he going to do against that defense?
Yeah, because like the Bulls defense is like on another level, dude. And I mean, like, today, like they had the ups and downs. I think Devin White's out right now, I believe.
I think he's got COVID though. I think he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. So, it's when you have him on any team, dude, because I was a big LSU guy. So like watching him play for the Tigers, dude, was incredible because he's just an incredible player. But the defense has really turned the corner. I'm not even worried about the offense though, dude, because like that's what you do, and that's what Tampa Bay has done. They have went out and they've said, okay, let's build a unit that just can't be stopped even if we lose people. So you lose Mike Evans. Oh, you got Chris Godwin over here. You've got Antonio Brown over here. You got Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate for some red zone fun. And then you got Rojo in the backfield. I don't see a problem at all. And if you need him, Leonard Fournette. This is stacked city.
And then if that goes down, you got LaShawn. I mean, the guy's played.
I forget he exists sometimes, but you're right. He's kind of like the state of Kansas or Idaho. You just kind of forget that they're around. But he is there.
He's a thing. But, he doesn't really affect my day-to-day thoughts or anything, especially fantasy-wise.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to talk a little bit more about these matchups going into next week, especially when we're going over DFS options and kind of how we feel they're going to play out. So we're basically just going to kind of like look over these and just kind of like we're doing now. Like, I mean, it's going to be a good game to watch. All these games are going to be great to watch. This is going to be the first year that we have a super wild card playoff weekend. Like we got 6 games, dude, going into next week.
Yeah, so 2 on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, and Nickelodeon. I can't wait to talk about that.
I can't wait.
My Saints, dude.
Games. That's
so
where
many people.
That's where I'm going to watch both of those games. I'm going to watch both of the Nickelodeon games on Nickelodeon for sure.
Nickelodeon's ratings are going to go through the roof. Like, shout out to MTV for making a kids channel that they could use to hypnotize children into watching music videos one day. Now you're going to show like acid trippy players, and I don't know. That's a whole other thing in its own. Like, I definitely want to talk about more about that.
They're creating a whole new generation of teen mom fans.
They're just teen mom fans are just gearing people up. They're just like we're gonna show these kids this, and they're gonna immediately try to go find like a psychedelics dealer. Like, this is the way right here, and they're gonna like sports.
I can't wait to watch like Michael Thomas get slimed or something like that. I don't even know what to expect, but those trailers for it look awesome. I can't wait.
I just hope that Alvin Kamara's back because I think he should be. He's on the COVID list today. I'm hoping to God he'll be back. I don't know. What is it? 10 days?
I mean, I think if you get like 3 negative tests back, you're good. I think that's just no matter what, because then they just assume the first one was false positive.
I'm gonna hope for the best. I think we're gonna be fine. But yeah, it sucks that the Bucs got in, but at least Carolina and the Falcons aren't away. I definitely think that the Bucs can beat the football team, but I also definitely think the Saints can beat the Bears. So I don't think that I definitely think we'll meet up at some point, which I want. I want another Breeze Brady GOAT matchup in the playoffs. I think that would be extraordinary. So we'll see how it goes. Looking into some of these other games, moving kind of away from that one, and just poor Falcons. Who cares? Want to talk about the Bills Dolphins? Okay, you're a Bills guy. You had to be hyped about this, right?
Dude, I mean, going into the day, it was kind of like the Bills became the underdogs. I mean, it was wild. We were resting starters. I had no idea what to expect, and I mean, we just absolutely boat raced them. It was a fun day. Let's just say that it was a fun day in the Colson household. I could watch games like that all year and just enjoy every minute of it.
I'm looking at the final score 56-26. What was it? Is it McKenzie? Isaiah McKenzie had 30 fantasy points today on DraftKings, dude. 65 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions. It's incredible for Isaiah. And I'm pissed at myself because like I was building lineups last night and I was sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Isaiah might be cool, but they're going to have Matt Barkley in. So I probably should just kind of like chill on that. Like, I don't know who it could be, anybody, because John Brown was coming back. You didn't really know what to expect. And then this morning, when everything's starting up, I hear them talking about how Josh Allen was like 40 passing yards away from breaking some record. I'm like,
yep,
they're about to start this motherfucker and keep him in to give him cushion. And I was just like, fuck.
Fun fact, they started They started Josh Allen at wide receiver, so the win-loss didn't count towards him. His first snap of the game was at receiver.
Yo, that's incredible. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't know why. Like, I was so confused. I was like, what the hell? Why is Josh Allen starting at receiver? And they started him at receiver so that like today's thing didn't count for him. They just wanted the passing yards.
They know football law. That's what we should have done. We fucked up. We should have learned football law because then.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you could do that. I thought if someone played, they were the starter. But I think like Isaiah McKenzie is our starting quarterback today, or someone. I don't remember who they had lining up, but it was.
Yo, that's news to me too. So wild stuff, dude. That McDermott, man, he's a crafty motherfucker. You got to do something when you don't have dildos hitting the field, right? So you got to always keep that in check.
It's been a hell of a season as a Bills fan. I'll tell you that much for sure. The Bills swept the AFC East this year. We went 6-0. Which I don't know if we've ever done that before. I think it's the first time it's ever happened.
Are you depressed at all because you couldn't be there like in person for the majority of it?
Yeah, I mean, so I live in Charlotte, so realistically, I don't really make it up for too many games anyways. But I mean, if this playoff game was open to the public, I would have gone. I would have definitely figured out a way to go, but it's just not. So
they allowed like 7,000 fans, I think.
Yeah, I think
to go to the playoff game.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you though. I'm kind of a nerd. I love watching football games at home. There's nothing
like the red zone.
Like as much fun as it would be to be out in Buffalo in 26 degrees with 6,600 of my best friends. I mean, I can just sit at home and watch it, and I'll be just as stoked either way.
Big table. When did you get your first table? When you were like 4?
Yeah, no, I was baptized in it actually by my
baptized on a plastic table. Incredible.
Yeah, they literally just pick you up and they throw you through it. They're not even gentle about it.
I always envision like in Buffalo, like tables in general, like there's just like in living rooms across Buffalo, there's like no wooden tables, just plastic tables from Walmart. Like Lifetime brand tables.
No, there's like a rule though, because once you see a plastic table, you know that everyone in Buffalo has their eyes on it. Like everyone's just waiting for an opportunity to jump through that thing. So really, you want as few plastic tables around as possible because you're just begging for an incident at that point.
Yeah, I want to go to the streets of Buffalo.
It's like just a little bit before my era though. Like I've been through a couple tables. Don't get me wrong, but.
Wow.
I think it really started about like 5 years ago. Like, I don't think they were doing that while I was growing up. I think the drought got so long that they just had nothing else to fall back on except for just jumping through tables.
And what are the pants called? Zumas?
Yeah, Zumas.
Yeah,
Zumas,
I love those things, man.
Zubas. That's what it is.
Zubas.
Jeez, I was going crazy for a second there.
It's okay. You're a lord. You don't have to wear those.
Yeah, I was talking about the Zoomies, like the shoes.
Yeah, Zoomy shoes. Yeah, that's like a store for skateboarders. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is. That's what it is. No, I meant Zubas.
Shout out to Zoomies. Thanks for the Vans.
No,
all right. Thanks for them. I appreciate you. That was a sponsor ad from Zoomies. Yep. Surprise sponsor ad. No, we're not sponsored by Zoomies. Just kidding.
Dude, Tua looked like garbage, by the way.
That's the second part of this argument. So Fitzmagic, dude. I don't think it would have mattered, dude, because like when I heard that Tua had to come in, even with the backups, dude, like, and I tweeted this out earlier. I was like, I don't think that Miami's that bad or that Tua's that bad. I think Buffalo is just that good. Like, Buffalo is a good ass team, dude. But yeah, Tua does kind of suck ass a little bit.
But Tua hasn't. I mean, he's just not good consistently at all to me. I mean, I like him. Maybe he might get better. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out, but he just doesn't seem to have like that it, like I want a guy with some it. And he's got
the fear in his eyes, man. He's got the fear, dude. He's been hurt really bad.
Yeah.
It scares me. And I will say this, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I will say this. It's what happened to Carson Wentz, man. Carson Wentz got the fear. Dude, when you get the fear, it's over. Like he's got to take this off season and like go hang out with like Ryan Fitzpatrick, like naked in a hot tub on the street. He's got to make him lose the fear. Like you got to do whatever it takes, because like Rimo Fitzy, dude, he's a guy that just lets it all hang out, man. And if Tua cannot adopt that, then they are fucked. And they took the wrong guy because they could have took Justin Herbert, and it could have been Justin Herbert's season in Miami. That would have been the second coming of Dan Marino, and they fucked up. Because they could have had that.
at this point, it looks like they could have taken fucking Jalen Hurts or something. Like, it's like, what do you, I mean,
Miami needs that. Miami needs that guy. They need that pocket guy. That it's just like that 80s style vibe. Like, dude, they need that. Like, that's Miami, bro. Like, that's what I love about it. Like,
well, that's Chan Gailey for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. Tua's got some work to do. Miami's defense, I don't know, dude. It was just a garbage day. They didn't have the confidence they needed to win. Or as Kenny Powers would say, they weren't given the shit they needed to win. So that's it. It's that simple. But great game for the Bills, big time. I'm honestly more. I think I'm just not more. I'm just excited to watch the Bills as I am the Saints go through the playoffs.
Hey man, it's that kind of year.
It is. It's a sexy one.
Yeah.
The next big game that had a lot on the line and was so close, and like so many people were just up and down on it. Browns Steelers, dude. Mason Rudolph is starting at quarterback. They played Josh Dobbs some too, Tennessee guy. Clay would have been excited for that one, right? Yeah, had a little bit of that.
Space engineer Josh Dobbs.
Space astronaut Josh Dobbs comes into town. The rocket scientist himself is playing football. The Browns, dude, they were close, dude. They were close to letting it go, but they got it.
The Steelers were missing half their players. They were playing like a skeleton crew, and the Browns. I mean, it was like I was watching other games and then I kept looking back over and just being like, what are the Browns doing? Like it was like they had it in control. And then next thing I know, the Steelers are scoring to tie it up, going for 2 for the tie.
Well, see, I'm going to say this much about it. Okay. And this goes for all you two Garage fam that are watching this and listening to this. And if you're clowning on the Browns, shame on you. They're the Browns. Their mascot is a tiny elf. Don't do that. Okay.
This year is
awesome. 2021.
We should all be happy about this.
Exactly. 2002 is that playoff drought. Okay. So I'm just going to say this much. Take a walk in their shoes. Okay. You've played the Steelers for over a decade, and every time you play them, you're just like holding on for dear life, hoping that you just don't get the brakes beat off of you. The nerves are real, and they are so ingrained inside of that team, inside of the city of Cleveland, that even though they have a good team, they're still going to exist. And that's what happened today. So now hopefully Baker can be cocky again. And so we saw a little cocky Baker at the end there. He shouldn't have been cocky. He should have been cocky like post-game, like on the box. You know what I mean? Like talking to the media. He probably shouldn't have been cocky at all. Probably not a great day to be cocky.
Well, you know who their first round matchup is, right?
The Steelers.
In the playoffs.
And they get to play Big Ben.
Again.
Dude, and that's what sucks.
The real
man. Like, it's like this temporary like happiness that gets to wash over Cleveland for like a week. And then you really have to worry. Like we saw what they did with the Ravens though, man. Like if that Browns team can play the Steelers, dude, the same exact fucking Browns team that played the Ravens on Monday night. That was the best Monday night game all year. I don't care what anybody says. If they can be that team, they have a chance to beat the Steelers and knock them out first round.
Dude, that's got to be tough, though. I mean, you were saying about like how the Browns have that like built-in fear, bro. They just beat the Steelers backups 24-22 by like an onside kick recovered in someone's crotch. And now they got to go play them with TJ Watt. They got to go play them with Big Ben. Like they were going all out this week, and the Steelers brought their B game. They put Mason Rudolph in, and not ironically, like they
stink face guy. Big stink face, Mason Rudolph. Look, here's the deal though. The momentum's churning. There's a bucket and they're churning. Okay. They've already got a little bit, like they're melting the steel slowly. Okay. The spirit of Mean Joe Green, even though he's not dead, is just kind of like floating around. It's the last thing they got to tackle. Okay. If they can get that out the way, I think that the ship sailed because they've got to lose the fear. It's the only way. So I'm going to be rooting for them going into this week. I would love to see that be a Nickelodeon game.
They could exercise some serious demons this week. I mean, that would be like just a unanimous cream for the whole city of Cleveland. If they pulled this out against the Steelers, they're bugaboo. They just got to get it right off their back.
I'm pulling out the steel curtain. You got to open it up. Okay. You got to see what's behind the stage.
They haven't been behind that thing since like the 60s. I mean, what did they do? They left in the 80s and then they reestablished in 2002 and haven't been in the playoffs since.
Yeah, think about it. Like if you look at it from a mascot point of view, you got a man beating steel and an elf. Okay, odds are the man beating the steel is going to just piss stomp the elf. It's very simple shit, you know.
Is it still the elf though, or is it like a dog now with like the whole dog pound thing?
I think it's both. I think there's like an elf and a dog. They're kind of like the Auburn of the NFL. You never really know. So
they got a little war eagle action, but they're also the Tigers. But they also live in cow country, and you're just like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like, what's happening here? You're like a wheelbarrow. You're a plainsman now. Like what? I don't know.
But and then their logo is literally just the helmet. Their logo is just the helmet too. So it's.
I would just opt in to be Paul Brown because you're the Browns. So just get the man's face. I want to see a cartoonized face in the middle of the field.
Well, he's also the guy though that founded the Bengals.
Right, which is crazy. And like they play in Paul Brown Stadium. So it's like the biggest Ohio is just they got their shit fucked up. That's the problem. There's a lot of problems in Ohio, okay? Like I don't know what goes on there. It's
Paul Brown issue. It might be at the top of their list. They might want to get that sorted out soon.
They need that, dude. Yeah, and what's up with orange in Ohio? I don't get it. You know, like Paul's favorite color.
Like it's not like they're like AFC, NFC. Like they play each other twice a year, every year, and they just look ridiculous. They got the same guy's name on their stadium and their names, and they're just
right.
What's going on?
Well, all right, we just need the ghost of Paul Brown to put X-Lax in all of the Steelers coolers, and that's how we do it. And then they can all pull Lamar Jacksons. It'd be fun times, man. It'd be good.
Yeah, come back and win the game.
You do got to give a shout out to that division, though. They have 3 teams out of 4 teams that are in the playoffs. It's nuts. The Ravens got in today over the Bengals, and we don't even need to talk about that game. That was fucking cakewalk. That game was a slap, dude. That is going to be another really good game to watch. It's just wild they have to play them back to back, man. I hate it for them. I really do.
Hard to beat a team 3 times. That's what they always say, right?
Yeah, 3rd time's a charm. Whoever does this is probably going to have the better luck for like the next 20 years. So let's hope for the Brownies. Getting to some more of like these wild games. I just want to talk a little bit about. I think we have to start the wild ones off. Looking at like the Vikings Lions that had no playoff implications whatsoever, and ended up being like the blockbuster game of the day, just tit for tat.
Yeah,
I took the under, and so did Chef. It was bad, bro. It was bad.
I did too. I followed Chef. I trailed Chef on the under on that one.
Chef Bets didn't have like the best day, but she does have the Rona, so we blame it on the Rona. The Rona invaded Chef's brain. That's what happened.
I was about to say he's got like blood clots in his brain. Probably he's working through some stuff.
Fuck Rona. It fucked up Chef Bets, bro. He's still got a big cushion though, so we're good.
I was about to say,
you declared it.
Is he 40? Yeah, he's what 35 up on the week.
Dude, he's like, I think his total record going into this week, he was 95 and 52 going into this week.
Yeah, I mean, he could afford to lose through the playoffs, and he'll be fine.
We got some cushion, man. We're good. Yeah, Chef Best.
Hopefully not for my sake, but yeah, that guy's got plenty of leeway.
I want to say this much.
The Lions game was crazy, dude. Shouts out to the refs, by the way, for bungling everything the whole game. I've never seen anything quite like that.
They bet the over. That's what fucking happened.
Yeah, dude, that's what it is. The refs must have bet the over, but then they took away that Marvin Jones touchdown, and they said he like didn't possess it throughout. Like what they were doing just made no sense. Maybe they bet Detroit to cover. That's
no. They played Marvin Jones in DFS, and they were like, shit, too much. He had 41 fucking fantasy points today, dude. And then Kirk Cousins had 37 on DraftKings, which is insane. I mean, and shout out to Kirk.
The gritty, by the way, he looked fresh.
Oh, dude, Kirk, man, is like, dude, that is the coolest guy that drives a minivan that I know to this day. Like certified minivan driver, Kirk Cousins drives his grandmother's minivan. Never forget. But we did talk about him on the DFS preview show. So good news for you, Garage fam. If you watched and you listened, you started him. If you didn't, well, you probably ate shit again this week. So that's on your shit. That's on you now. But it was incredible, man. And shout out to Justin Jefferson, dude, broke a Randy Moss record for rookie receiving yards?
Yeah, rookie receiving yards for the Vikings. Yeah. But I mean, that's
team record, franchise.
Yeah. Yeah,
like what
franchise,
Joshy
but I
did
mean,
today.
any franchise record that you can break that Randy Moss set is not a bad gig. I mean, that's you're talking about probably the best receiver ever. You
And
could go
I'm
Jerry
so
Rice for
proud.
old.
I'm so proud because he's an LSU boy. You know what I mean? Shout out to LSU.
Dude, Justin Jefferson single-handedly made the gritty a thing, and I don't know if it's going away anytime soon. Like, I don't think this is some Cam Newton dab type shit. Like, this might be like a new thing. I think this is going to happen for a while.
Yeah, dude, the Vikings have always been very creative in the end zone. I remember 2017, they had this leapfrog thing going down when it was okay to celebrate. Dude, they got wild with it. So I definitely dig their celebration. So having Kirk there being this weird dad that watches Rick and Morty is cool. So I respect it, but I also hate the Vikings as well. So it's tough.
Well,
I'm a Saints fan.
What can you do? You can only get Minnesota miracles sometimes. My boy Diggs.
Hurts my heart. Yeah, I do love Stephon now that he wears different colors. So shout out to him. The Jets New England game, Cam Newton, I think they have decided they are going to mutually part ways with Cameron. So this was a resume builder game from him, and he did not disappoint with 38 DraftKings points. I think 242 yards, 3 touchdowns. But I will say this, I was a little surprised. His narcissism has went down a little bit. I don't know if he really was rocking the Cato's Fashions clothes afterwards. He had no rushing touchdowns for Superman. So maybe he's realizing I need to show people I have arms. So that's what this is coming into now. So he's looking to go on an arm team.
He had 3 passing touchdowns. He had 3 passing touchdowns and no rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that doesn't sound like Cam Newton this year at all. I heard that
he was abducted by aliens. I heard this is a new Cam Newton.
Yeah, I heard that Josh Allen actually had the record for touchdown passes in the Patriots Stadium after last week, for the season. He had more passing touchdowns in Foxborough than Cam Newton had after the game on Monday.
Dude, you've got to be loving
So
this
the fact
season.
that Cam threw for 3. Oh, I'm having the time of my life, dude.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I just want to win a playoff game, and then I'll be obnoxious. I'll be unbearable after that. If
you're coming back on the show when that happens too, because you got to show you're a lord, dude. You gotta get saucy with it. You know what I mean? Cocky lord.
I mean, if I had an MVP vote, it's going to fucking Josh Allen right now.
Yeah, I'll back you up on that. He needs it, and I feel like he's being snubbed. It's nobody cares about the white Cam Newton, man.
I love the idea of him getting. So I think Aaron Rodgers will probably win it. He deserves it. He's had a great year. But I love the idea of Josh Allen getting MVP votes before Russell Wilson. How funny is that?
I think that is a very fair statement, though. I really do. I think it's fair. Russell just has really good wide receivers. He's a good quarterback, but did he do what Josh Allen did this year? I mean, I have to look at the numbers.
Well, I don't think after this last month, I just don't think Russ is going to get any votes again, and it's going to be another storyline we can carry over to next season. But I think Josh is going to get a couple, which is all I care about.
That pin was Russell Wilson this month.
Dude,
that's what it looked like. The game they played today.
Yeah, there's something up with Russ. I don't know what it is. He's just not cooking.
That's another one too, kind of moving away from the whole Jets thing. By the way, shout out to Chris Herndon. Big time shenanigans, top tight end scorer of the day. That's the shenanigans that I like. And I'm looking right now at this chart over here that I have pulled up. You got to love it, dude. Just looking at this. Well, Darren Waller surpassed him, but who cares? He had 19 fantasy points. It's a good day for Chris. This is the best day of his life all season. He had a touchdown, 63 yards.
Yeah, I drafted Chris Herndon in my fantasy dynasty league, and he's been just bumming me out all year. I had to put my backup in. I had Mike Gesicki too, so it worked out. But Chris Herndon, I mean, he hasn't done anything all year. 19 points for that guy.
Yeah, you felt the Hern, but they felt the Hern a different way today. So that's
he had me Herndon.
Had you Herndon real bad?
Yeah, I was Herndon.
We were just talking about Russell. Looking in, there's not a lot I want to say about this 49ers Seahawks game, except that it was really slow moving. And then all of a sudden it just exploded in the fourth quarter. But did you get to see the George Kittle catch?
No, I don't know if I did.
Oh my God, dude. I wish I think all the listeners would be okay if you just took a moment to just go pull it up right now.
I'm pulling it up as we speak right now.
And all you listening, you're doing it too, unless you're driving. If you're driving, you're not doing it. But if you're somewhere sitting, if you're in the office or whatever the hell you're doing, look it up. If you did not see it, just type in George Kittle one-handed catch on Sunday.
Oh my, yep. I just watched it. Yep.
He
I see exactly
OBJ.
what
You don't even call it OBJ in anymore. It's called Kittling. Just Kittling. That's all you're doing.
And then he got up and he kept moving too. That's insane.
Dude,
yeah, no, this George
Doritos
Kittle catch. If you're not driving, you should take a minute. You'll be better for it if you take a minute and you watch this.
George Kittle is the man. Shout out to George. We love you. Go get your free Doritos Locos Tacos for George Kittle catching a football with one hand on week 17 on Shenanigans week. I'm going to try to do it next week. So, Tanner, I don't know how much you know about the whole George Kittle deal, but for the past 2 years of my life, I've gotten free Doritos Locos Tacos for starting George Kittle in the fantasy football playoffs, and it works. So it just goes to show you can make up any promotion you want in life and go through a Taco Bell, and they'll just give you free shit. So,
all right. Yeah, I'm going to have to find my Taco Bell guy.
Yeah, take notes and just let him know.
Yeah, if Stephon Diggs gets a catch, I'm gonna get a free Doritos Locos Tacos. So
I can sell ideas. I can cook things up. I do it for NASCAR too. Ask Ricky Stenhouse for free nacho fries.
I could use 130 this year. I wouldn't mind 130 Doritos Locos Tacos in my life.
See, but I think that if we're gonna do anything, it should be with the Bills, but it's something with Josh Allen, and you should get like a taco party pack because his play level deserves a party pack. For sure.
Yeah, maybe rushing touchdowns. I think that sounds like a good one. I think we go rushing tutties.
Rushing tutties, maybe like 75%. 75% off of a party pack. We'll make it sound kind of real. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Every rushing touchdown, you get 3/4 of a party pack.
I like it. Taking advantage of Taco Bell in America. Love it. All right. So other game too. I think you want to talk a little Rams Cards. This game was the only thing I cared about in this game was if Dan Arnold got over 7 fantasy points, which he did. So Chef lost and I win.
Yeah, good job on Dan Arnold. No, so I feel like an ass honestly today. I woke up and I just chose violence. I bet on the Cards to win this game, and it made perfect sense when the Rams had their backup playing and the Cards had Kyler Murray, but then Kyler Murray went out like. First of the game, and then his backup threw a pick 6, and they just never came back from it.
Yeah, Walford is definitely a way better backup than the other guy. I don't even know his name. Strevler.
He's the most anonymous backup quarterback I've ever seen. I didn't even know that he was the backup there. Like I've never heard of this guy's name in my life.
Who is Chris Strevler? I'm fucking confused. I saw his face. I saw his face for a brief moment on Red Zone. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? He looks like like the meth head cousin of Kirk Cousins.
Dude, if you want to know how little I know about the Cardinals, I thought Drew Stanton was still the backup. I just assumed that Drew Stanton's been there for like
Carson Palmer's never retired.
Yeah, like, you know I thought Drew Stanton is just like the career backup in Arizona. I was shocked when I saw this dude, and he threw a pick 6 like right off the bat.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. I didn't even get to watch it. I remember when Kyler got back in, I was like, thank God there's hope now that Dan Arnold can get these fantasy points. And he did. So that was good times. But yeah, dude, it hurts, man. But like, dude, Kyler, dude, like they got lucky against the Bills, man, when DeAndre got that pass a couple weeks ago. So I mean, that was just a kind of a luck factor. They got to deliver a little bit more, man. I don't know. I feel like they've been
kind of garbage.
They expect it. I think that Kyler's got this complex where he just expects it. And like, you got to put way more into it. The whole team does. Kingsbury as well. I mean, they're trying, I guess, but you know, having confidence and being cocky is one thing, but I don't know. The Cardinals just never seem like a team that you would see in the Super Bowl. They just seem like one of those like stowaway teams.
They're like kind of like a spunky team, but like at some point you got to move past that. Like they've been the spunky team for the last 2 seasons, but you got to kind of grow up. It's weird. It's almost like Cliff Kingsbury going from being a middling college coach to being an NFL franchise leader was not a good idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a West Coast college team for sure.
Yeah, but that's like it's like oh, he went 6-8 at Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes. Let's give him an NFL coaching gig. Like what?
Yeah, all because of Patrick. Patrick probably got him that job, dude.
That's what I mean. He got signed because he coached Patrick Mahomes in college to being the 10th overall pick in like an 8-8 year or something like that. And then they just gave him the reins, and they were like, all right, here you go.
They should not have lost this game, dude. The talent's too good on that team. You got Patrick Peterson, Budda Baker on defense for one. Dude, Budda Baker's insane. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, arguably the best wide receiver in the league. And he's kind of like, I mean, he definitely has had good sustainability, but he's had some down weeks. Christian Kirk's kind of shined. And then Dan Arnold kind of like it's weird anytime you see a tight end catch a ball in Arizona. So just seeing him catch a football is like, wow, this is different. Like they're using a tight end.
Play era anymore.
Yeah, no, those days are gone. Those days, those ships have sailed.
They got old man Fitz. He's still got some wheels to burn. He's not doing too bad.
I really think that the problem lies in the run game, dude. They've got to figure out: are we going to be Chase Edmonds or are we going to go Kenyon Drake? I don't think Kenyon Drake's the answer. I think that Chase Edmonds should be their guy.
Well, I think the problem is they don't do any plays from under center. They just run shotgun every play. I mean, you're just giving you're giving your running back another 2 yards to run every play. He can't just run through everything. He's got to like wait on the delayed handoffs and the draws and all that crap. Like
too much flashy. Just
go into I formation and run the ball up the fucking stomach. Like it's not that hard.
Dude, I don't know. Beta Piss Boy goes to the playoffs. Crazy. All right, Green Bay, Chicago. Shout out to Tonka Tunyon. Tonka Tunyon did it. 9 fantasy points. He was decent. He was okay. But I will say this much. If we're talking about NFC, there's a little bit we can say about the whole Dallas Giants game. The one thing I'm really mad about is that Robert Tonyan is not going to the Pro Bowl and Evan Ingram is, because I think Robert Tonyan is a way better tight end than Evan Ingram. How do you feel about that?
I think Evan Ingram's an athlete. He's good. I don't know. I don't know how much the fan vote weighs into everything. I think it's like 25, 33%, one of those two.
Yeah, but Evan Ingram is just like, he had like 3 fantasy points today.
He never makes the play that he needs to make. Like, it seems like he's good sometimes, but it's just like, you just want, like, Robert Tonyan just catches everything. Like, you don't see him that much.
He's Tonka Tunyon. He's Tonka Truck.
He catches everything. I think he's got like the highest catch rate in the league for tight ends or something crazy. Like, Evan Ingram just never seems to be the guy to get that ball, where as Tunyon, he just gets every ball. There's just no question about it. I think he leads the league in tight end touchdowns.
I just think that it's just stupid that happened. But enough of that. Back to this game. I know you were excited about it. I was excited because I needed Chicago to win and I needed Seattle to win, which Seattle did their job, but Chicago failed to deliver. So the Saints couldn't be the 1 seed. And I was really upset, but it is what it is. Now we get to watch people trip acid on Nickelodeon. Yeah, I know. Chicago letting someone down. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. What are the odds, dude? I've been betting Chicago all season to my own dismay. Like, every week they convince me they're the right pick, and they never are, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's dumb. Don't do that no more. Like, don't do it no more.
I've got to quit. I had to quit, dude. Like, I literally
don't trust Nagy.
I gave him so many chances. Oh my God, dude. I was trusting Nick Foles for a while too. Like,
he looked okay in the beginning,
dude,
man.
Like every week the spreads looked so tasty, and I just keep getting hurt and I keep coming back. I might bet them in the playoffs next week against the Saints. I don't know. I'm feeling crazy.
Don't you fucking dare, Lord Tanner.
How many times
I'll revote. You're a Lord. You have to be for the Saints. It's real.
Every bet is 50-50. If every bet is 50-50 and I've lost every single bet I've placed on them this year, how could I possibly lose another one?
You bet the Saints. You're a Lord. Okay. It's just listen to me. I know Lord Law. Okay. I'm a Lord lawyer. I'm like Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny in Philly. He knows bird law. I know Lord law. Okay. You're a Lord lawyer now. But no, I just, do you think they even deserve to be in the playoffs? Does Chicago even deserve to be there?
No. I mean, yes, because they made it. Honestly, so I've got some buddies that are really big Chicago fans. So I'm excited for them. You know, you always want a seat at the table in the playoffs. Like, so I'll they're not going to win anything though. I mean, the odds of them winning a single game they're astronomically low. There's just no chance. They couldn't beat the Saints if they got COVID with all their quarterbacks, I don't think. But I'm happy for Chicago fans. They made it. Yeah. But I also think that it sucks because they could probably use a new coach. So they're going to keep Nagy. They're going to keep probably their GM. So I think that it would have been better for them to miss the playoffs this year. But because they made it, they're going to go into next year with the same system in order or in place.
Yeah, for sure. They have to do something. They're going to keep Mitchell. A lot of people are pissed about that. I don't know. Chicago's just become like misery town, and it's like fun to be miserable. So it's I always
something
back to the what is it?
There is something about being miserable, dude. It's just
Yeah, it's like when you're sick, you become the disease. It's like you got to mentally expel that shit. Like, we need to put some magic on them. I'm gonna call my wife, tell her to put spells on Chicago. I want 85 Bear style, dude. I love Khalil Mack. I'm a big Khalil Mack fan. And so just
University of Buffalo's finest, baby.
Yeah, I just want to see I want to see that defense be rocking again, dude. Big Ditka guy too, if you couldn't tell. Love Mike Ditka. Da Bears, shout out. But dude, Green Bay, yeah, they just, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's just because they're like that team that like always is there and you get so tired of seeing them there. And I think that's the only thing it can be. But why was the Patriots never like that to me? I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it's like I get tired of seeing Green Bay.
Well, you're an NFC guy. I'm an AFC guy. So I got sick of the Patriots. I'm sure that's probably how it goes for the NFC is like the Packers, which I guess they're probably maybe, I mean, outside of the Packers, the other team that's always there is the Saints.
Yeah. Well, in this decade, for sure, it was the Cowboys like in the 90s. So, things could be worse. So good news for there. But yeah, dude, it's, I never really like broke it down halfway like that. It is kind of cool that we've been pretty dominant for a long time. You don't even really get to accept that because the Patriots have just been so fucking dominant for the past 20 years. So
the Saints always have a seat at the table, bro. They keep their seat warm year in and year out.
It's because they're Saints. It's because they're the God's chosen people. All right, shout out to the Saints again. Well, and I don't even want to talk about that game because it was just a blowout. Good job, Ty Montgomery. Yeah. Wowzer. Okay.
Yeah, good job, Saints. Running backs don't matter. Don't pay them.
Yeah, just pay Ty Montgomery, and maybe he won't fumble and get cut from Green Bay again. All right. So is there anything else you want to say about Aaron Rodgers other than he just like breathes a lot when he talks?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the MVP. Good for him. Proud of him.
Shame.
Yeah, probably took it from my guy, but it's all right. He deserves it. He's had a good season.
Dallas versus the Giants had like one of the most craziest endings because it's like it almost made you think that Dallas was going to be able to do it for themselves. And then you get to laugh and it's just super hysterical that they didn't get to do it.
They didn't even get a chance to try. They literally like Wayne Gallman tried to like hand them the game and he saved the game for the Giants on his gooch. Like he literally caught the ball. Like he basically sat on the football and to secure the win for the Giants. I've never seen anything like it. I thought it was a fumble live. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready. I wanted to see the Cowboys get another chance.
What is it about gooch and butt fumbling in New York, man? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like
it's got to be that turf, man. I'll have to check the all 22. That's what people say, but
yeah,
there's something about that turf in New York, man.
Dude, just how that ended for the Cowboys was like I didn't even want to see the Giants win that game. I actually kind of was like, okay, like if the Cowboys win, I wanted to watch the Cowboys get their hearts ripped out. Like, well, if the Cowboys would have won, it was the same implication for the Cowboys and the Giants, right? No matter who won that game, they had to have Washington lose.
Yeah, I think so. I want to say that was it.
I would have way rather wanted to see like Jerry Jones cry and the Cowboys team cry and like Andy Dalton cry than like Daniel Jones cry and Wayne Gallman.
I already have in my head, I've got this image of them all like standing at like midfield together or something and like watching the Washington football team game, like Lincoln Arms or something like that. And then watching them like lose and just all kind of like surrender Cobra. Just being like,
going to pull out the 92 VHS of the Super Bowl. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Good times for the Cowboys.
Watching them be like, oh my God, the Eagles put in Nate Sudfeld. What is going on?
Shout out to Sonny. Fucking Sonny. Backup quarterback wonder.
We're so screwed. Nate Sudfeld's in the game. God damn it. Our playoffs are dead.
Dude, I don't know. It's the suffering of Dallas Cowboys fans is almost as it has to be the best suffering. I feel like that's my favorite suffering as an NFC guy. That's the best suffering you can.
I've loved watching the Patriots try to like come to terms with not being in the playoffs this year. It's probably my favorite right now. It's new.
It's kind of miserable.
Very long.
Like the way I see it though, it's almost like it's not fair because it's like, I don't know, like the Patriots aren't even the Patriots here. Like, the Patriots were just Tom Brady and Bill Belichick for so many years. And now it's like they don't even show Bill on TV half the time anymore. It's just like, what is this team with these new uniforms? Like, what is it? Is this trash can?
It's so strange. Yeah, it's so strange.
It's weird, man. Weird.
But also though, I also haven't gotten to a point where I pity them yet. Like the Cowboys, I'm getting close to just pitying the Cowboys because they just suck. It's like a poverty franchise in a Gucci belt, you know, like they like they've got like everything going on and they're the talk of the town every offseason, and then they just aren't good ever.
Yeah, it's like they start off, they trick you, dude. They're trickery. They're good tricking. Like Jerry Jones is good at running scams.
They go, oh, look, we got Leighton Vander Esch. He's cool. He played 7-on-7 football in high school. How dope!
He's got a neck roll.
Yeah, look at this guy's neck roll. Like he's old fashioned, and then they're
this
all
is a blitz
there to make
character.
Money and get the hell out.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's dude, Andy. Just watching Andy Dalton play for that team is hysterical to me. It's fun.
Hey, I'm an Andy Dalton stan. I like Andy Dalton.
You like the Red Ryder BB gun? Big fan.
Yeah, the Red Rocket, baby.
The Red Ryder BB gun. I don't know. That dude's weird, man. He fucked me over in fantasy football one year. I've never forgave him. All right. The Colts Jags game was interesting only because of, I would say, I guess, Jonathan Taylor finally showing up for all the dynasty and fantasy analyst nerds that have like sucked his cock for an entire year. So they finally got to come today. Good for them.
Yeah, after blue balls for 15 weeks and after the fantasy playoffs end, and then now they get this.
Yeah, and in the week that it's not even, it doesn't even matter.
The first week that fantasy football seasons are over, and he goes off for 230 and like 3 touchdowns.
Dude, that has to, I wouldn't even like thinking about it that deep. That's got to hurt so bad for so many people.
Yeah. Put all this faith in your guy, JT.
Yo, I was just mad I didn't start him in DFS, and now I'm thinking about like all these people that are probably super butthurt about it. Like, oh, Naheem Hines, darn. Yeah, dude. It's bad, but dude, it was great to see that go down today. Like, dude, the Jags defense, man, just open arms, dude. Just come on in to our end zone. Doug Marrone's gonna be out. The Urban Meyer news is big. Do you think that Urban Meyer?
So I heard
this is your field.
Jags like yesterday, and it doesn't even feel real. Like it still hasn't really like set into my head. Like Urban Meyer is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like,
I mean, is it official? Has it officially been announced, or is it just a hot?
I don't even know. Like, from what I understand, it's like a thing. Like it's happening, but I don't know. Like I feel like it's like fake still.
You probably know more. Like I should probably know a lot about Urban Meyer. I'm not really huge into college football until we get to bowl games.
Probably the second or third best college coach of all time. I mean, he's unbelievable.
Okay, Chip Kelly was really good too.
Yeah, Chip Kelly was really good for like 2 years. Urban Meyer went to Utah and went 13-0. And like could have played Bama, like with Alex Smith. Like they were unbelievable. And then he went to Florida and won national championships. And then he went to Ohio State and won national championships. Like he's unbelievable. Like he's like one of the best.
Is he a fun guy though? Is he a fun guy or is he a real hard ass?
No. So I heard that he used to literally have like physical ailments from losing football games. Like I've read this about him. His stress levels are so high that like when he would lose football games, he would have to go like check himself into the hospital, like because his like
this dude's soul is connected to the game.
Yes, dude. Like that's why. Remember, he was always getting migraines and like stepping away and doing all that crazy shit. Like he literally like physically gets like damaged from like losing football. He can't.
It's like eating like a triple cheeseburger, dude, and like a gallon of fries. This is a football game for him.
Not good for his arteries. Bro. Yeah, like he gets like blood clots and shit or something.
Why do you want a guy like this to coach an NFL team?
Dude, like in college, when you're at Ohio State and Florida, you can lose, one game a year and win the national championship, and it's okay. But in the NFL, your first year, you're going to lose 6 to like 10 games.
Dude, this is going to be – he might die. He might fucking die.
We could lose him on the sideline of his very first NFL game. If they lose by like 10 or more points, he might not even make it to week 2.
Like if they don't get Trevor Lawrence, man, like I've already made it very well known. Like I want Gardner Minshew and James O'Shaughnessy out the building because I don't think he's going to be that fun of a guy. And like nobody wants to be around a dead guy on the sideline. So I want to see Gardner and James get safe ground, and then maybe things will be good. Who knows?
Well, I hope he has I hope if he goes to the NFL, he's got some perspective and he understands that it's not like, win or die, like kind of a deal. Like I think college can be a little intense as far as that goes with like boosters and everything like that. But, in recruiting, but I think if he goes to the NFL and just focuses on football and he understands that you're not going to win every single game, maybe he'll survive a season.
Yeah. And I just hope it's not super serious, man, because they got a pool in that stadium. Like, I don't want him to go like drown himself in the pool. And then like they get in there and Urban Meyer's just floating and he had a heart attack and he drowned himself.
Dude, I'm telling you, this man was at Florida and they would lose a game and he would like have to go like get on an IV and like,
and he's back in Florida. This is going to bring back, dude. All right. So dude, I know this is like stupid and sensitive, but it's like, you almost want to like, put some money down. It's like what game is he going to like have a stroke or like a heart attack? Like you just want to you want to put this on a book.
It's also worth noting though. I mean, it's got to be stressful having Aaron Hernandez on your team. I mean,
no telling.
Got to be a lot of
no telling.
Yeah, it sounds like he was just spraying people down in Gainesville, and Urban probably knew about it, and he was like being an accomplice to a murderer is probably not easy. Yeah, probably not great for you.
Oh my God, we got to get off of this, dude. Yeah, shout out John.
Yeah, sorry,
good job. Great.
I'm excited for Urban Meyer and Jacksonville.
I bet you are fucking excited. I'm excited now just from learning about this. Okay, last game, final game. I think we should talk about. I think this was probably if I had to say, I think this was probably other than the Bills Miami game, which was just super high score and fun. I think one of the best games of the day was Titans-Texans, and for a couple of different reasons. For one, just getting to watch Ryan Tannehill be a really good quarterback is nice to watch because, like I said earlier, if you told a new NFL fan today that Tannehill used to suck, then people would be like, there's no way. That guy's fucking awesome. He's just running all over the field, doing cool shit. Throwing to A.J. Brown. Shout out to A.J. Brown. That guy is easily top 5 wide receiver, like now. And Derrick Henry, 2,000 rushing yards. Not a lot of running backs can say that they've done that in this league of the season.
I think that anybody that thinks that Ryan Tannehill used to suck needs some perspective, I think. So I'm a Bills fan. He was on the Dolphins with Adam Gase. And Tannehill was always good. Like, he was, like, not bad for the Dolphins at all, and he had Adam Gase as his head coach for the entire time. But it's the eye.
It's what you see. You know what I mean? It's like that's what people saw.
Yeah, and maybe people just don't watch a lot of, like, the Dolphins or whatever, but Ryan Tannehill, I remember always being like, dude, this guy's athletic as hell. Like, he was always, like, scrambling out for first downs and stuff. Like, he was never terrible. Like, he signed that big contract, and it made sense. Like, it was kind of like, this guy's pretty good. Like, he was the 8th overall pick. The guy's not bad. But I think he gets a bad rap because he didn't win a lot. But, I mean, he's always been decent. But he's definitely taken that, like, next step with, like, whatever they got going on in Tennessee.
I love this Titans team.
It's almost like when people don't have Ryan Gase as their head coach, they're not shitty. It's weird.
Yeah. Adam Gase. Well, I think it's just everybody developed cocaine problems, dude. And we say it all the time. Like, maybe, I think that he had to give the Jets the coke. That's the only reason they've been good these past few games. Save lives, smelling salts, cocaines. You declared it. He's a jester. That's what he does. He's fun. He's going to be in that new fan control football league. I can't wait. We're gonna finally let the
he's a
fans
party
call
guy.
the shots. He's just gonna be
He's gonna
partying
get-
with the
yeah,
Glacier
Johnny
Boys.
Manziel's team.
Yeah, the Zappers.
Manziel's head coach in the fan directed league.
That's it. He's gonna be on Twitch. The Zappers, Johnny Manziel and him just hitting smelling salts together, dude. That is the perfect combination.
Just
Dude,
imagine
that has
Gase on
to happen.
Twitch at the games, just like,
Whoa, man! He's like
on
he
his little,
actually is
Twitch
not
stream.
even watching. He's just playing like Grand Theft Auto, like on the sideline while we call the plays. And Johnny's just out there balling. He's just like, I need some of that. And they go to the shoebox, they hit it, like they smoke a blunt, and then they go play football, dude. More Grand Theft Auto.
I can't wait for the fan control league. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, amazing. I've already declared my team. I am the Wild Aces fan. So I'm a big Wild Aces guy. Austin Eckler owns that team, and Game Over Greggy, I believe, or Game Over Gregory, Greg Miller or something like that. So
I'm on whatever team money's on. That's me. I'm Manziel's team. That's my
see.
show.
I love Johnny Manziel too, but I also love the logos and the color scheme of the Wild Aces. It's literally just a dude with a beard and like Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Bro, I couldn't pass it up.
That's a dope logo. No, you're
and
right.
it's Garage Guys colors: neon pink and neon blue.
All right, yeah, I might jump ship, but right now I'm tailing Manziel.
Okay, I don't blame you. I'm gonna low key kind of like the Zappers because
I gotta look the Zappers. That's the team.
The Zappers, and that's because Bob Mineri or the dude that does the voiceovers.
Bob Menery,
yeah, he owns
the
that
announcer
team.
guy.
Yeah, he owns that team. So they're like tight. So that's why it's gonna be that way. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. I'm all about that.
But back to Titans Texans. I love how we get off. Like we're doing a great job of like getting off subject. I love it. It wouldn't be Garage Guys if we didn't. So yeah, we've already pretty much went over like the great things that happened. The Texans had a little bounce back in them. They had a little pissed offness. They were a little mad that this Tennessee Titans team was about to, do this and take it to them. The Colts thought they may have a shot if the Texans could have won to win the division. So this was just the AFC South division like scramble was what this was this evening. And I don't think that there could have been a better way to end it off than the Texans thinking they actually had a shot at beating Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown on that last play.
That last play, I was watching, and I wanted the Bills to play the Colts in the playoffs, and to play the Colts, the Titans had to win tonight. The Titans had to win. So I was like, oh God. And I'm watching the end of this game, and the Titans tied it up late, and that Ryan Tannehill pass, dude, I literally like my pants got so tight, it was crazy. Like, I hit it,
big
dude,
bananas in pockets.
Yeah, I was like, oh, baby. Like that deep bomb late. I've never seen anything like it. That was awesome.
Dude, yeah, it was incredible.
Football at like its best. Like you don't see those very often.
No, and that's what the Titans Texans game has become. And like that's why I knew, like, because I remember last year watching what Derrick Henry did to the defense. I knew it was going to be something spectacular. The one thing I will say that is different, dude, there has quietly been this Brandon Cooks resurgence, dude. He was the number one DraftKings scorer of the week, 42 fantasy points, monster day, 11 receptions, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, monster day for Brandon Cooks, man, monster.
People are respecting Deshaun Watson is having a hell of a year. I mean, he's literally playing so well, and no one's noticing because they just keep losing. Like
he's had a couple hell of years,
dude. Well, and I know, but like this year might be his best year yet with like the worst team he's ever been on, and he's just going in and week out, and he's like trying to will his team to victories, and he just can't figure it out. Like get this man out of Texas or get him a good coach. I mean, they don't have any picks. Like he has been quietly probably the third best quarterback this season. Like he's having an unreal year.
He'll enter free agency, or did he sign another contract with them?
He signed a huge contract.
Yeah, shit.
He's locked in for like 5 years.
Fuck. Yeah, they're just gonna have to get a good. They have to get a. They got him and Brandon Cooks are gelling, bro. He doesn't. It's like DeAndre never left, dude. Like Brandon Cooks became DeAndre. Like almost. Well, that's disrespectful. I can't say that because I have a lot of respect for DeAndre Hopkins.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. So
right now.
Brandon Cooks, man, he finally found his footing. I mean, dude, that's a monster day. Like, and I mean, and him and Deshaun obviously have something. They have the chemistry, so they just need to get a good coach in there that's not named Adam Gase, or Bill O'Brien. You never want butt chin back in those doors, and don't give your coach ownership of everything. Like, be smart, So if they can get that going, because I would love to see the Texans. Like, I want to see Deshaun at least get a shot, to like make it past the wild card round.
Dude, Bill O'Brien's last parting gift is he literally gave Romeo Crennel a team that got the 3rd overall pick, and he traded it away for Laramie Tunsil. And then he paid Laramie Tunsil $25 million a year, something insane. Yeah, Mr. Face Mask Bong himself.
Mr. Gas Mask Bong Master of the draft, dude.
Yeah,
incredible guy. Incredible. I don't know, dude. It was a hell of a game. That was one of my favorite ones to ride out the week 17 shenanigans. And this has been a hell of a show. This has been a hell of a shenanigans show.
It's been a hell of a shenanigans week.
Big shenanigans. We got more shenanigans. So next week, it's Bears versus Saints, which is the Nickelodeon you'll probably want to eat shrooms game. And if you're a kid, don't eat shrooms. Obviously, if you're a kid and if you're watching this, then you need to tell your parents they need the life check. Rams versus Seattle. So that's going to be cool. I think that a bird can easily shit on a ram because it's on the ground. Anything that can take flight probably has better probabilities. Tampa Bay versus the football team. We've already talked about that, what we thought about that one.
How lucky is Tom Brady?
I don't know. Chase Young might be coming. The young for the old Brady.
We can only hope.
Who knows? We'll see. Colts Buffalo. You're excited for that one. That's going to be a tough game, man.
Yeah, but honestly, that was my ideal game. I mean, it was I wanted to either play I didn't want to play Tennessee again, dude. They shafted us last time. I
think the ideal game would have been Buffalo Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland too. It was pretty much I wanted the Colts, then I wanted the Dolphins, then I wanted Cleveland. That was my order. And I dude, Phil Rivers in Buffalo, dude, it'll be like the 4th coldest game of his career. Like, he's been playing in San Diego forever.
And he already has like low T all the time because he's constantly sexing with his wife and having children. So yeah, that's not good for shriveled balls.
All of his tea goes directly into his wife. She's probably ripped.
Yeah, dude, probably so. Just jacked up. Like, she's the person that actually invented like the Bowflex. So
she might be able to be a better quarterback at this stage of her career, birthing children, than he is at this stage of his career playing quarterback.
You got to wonder about his children's T levels too coming out of her. So I mean, that's another thing too. Like, all the kids. That's 9 children.
Give them each so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it might be like 12.
I think that Phil Rivers and Taysom Hill would probably be good friends because it sounds like he's like a Mormon too, because that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, he likes soaking. He likes to just soak. He likes to just put it in and rest.
I forgot about that shit. Big soaking. Good God. Ravens, Tennessee. That's going to be fun again because I guarantee you that this is going to be a nail biter like a motherfucker because the Ravens do not want to lose to Tennessee again. But they got their number.
Logo. I want to see another logo beef. I want to see them beefing on the logo again in this one.
Dude, that's the Titans thing, dude. That's their jam, bro. So like they need to get back on that logo. They need to slice open the Edgar Allan Poes and knock them out in the wild card round. I want to see it because I want to see Tennessee advance. And then Cleveland, Pittsburgh. By the grace of God, please let Cleveland win. And that's about it. We're going to be talking about all these games coming into next week, so be sure to stay tuned. Tanner, dude, thanks so much for being here. If you don't already follow Tanner, his @'s been up there, and it's going to go up there now, and it's been up there the whole time. Tanner, yeah, you should change it to Lord Colson now.
Yeah, I'm Lord Tanner on Twitter now. That's my name though. You can find me at the TJ Colson.
Okay, at the TJ Colson, but just keep it in your back pocket. Because if you did like Lord Colson, I'm pretty sure that like that's like one letter away from like Machine Gun Kelly's handle. So you may get a shitload of followers that are Machine Gun Kelly fans.
That might be a good idea. I forgot his first name is Colson. What an odd first name.
Very strange. It's your last name. I know a guy named Holden. He's a weird guy. And there's a kid named Holden. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He plays baseball. I know that kid. So yeah, shout out to that, I guess. And yeah, you know where to follow me at Garage Guy Chase. Be sure to listen to Clay and Tanner on the Section 65 podcast. And I'm sure Tanner and Clay both will be back on the show some this year. For 2021, it's a new year. We're going to be shaking some things up and doing things differently. So thanks for sticking with us. Have a great week. It's back to work week. No more holiday laying on the couch shit. So get up, get out, get motivated. And any final words, Tanner? Lord Tanner Colson, Esquire.
No, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Always a pleasure. Like he said, listen to Section 65. Check it out. We'll be on the Garage Guys Fantasy Show podcast feed. We'll also be on the YouTube. We should have some stuff coming out for you guys pretty soon here. And drink Drip Drop.
Yep, we drip with the drop. All right, sports profit repeat. We out. Take it easy.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.